So here's the barrels of the GN Sword 2 gun, which I did show before that it needed to be painted. And I think it's high time I put these parts on, because I'm going to start priming the white paint parts together. So I'm going to put this guy in here. Then I'm going to take him. Now, as you can see, there's a gap there which I'm going to need to glue. So where's my glue? Yes, here it is. Shake it up a bit. I'm going to give it maybe a bit of space like that. And then I'm going to apply the glue in between the slots. Like so. There we go. And apply a little pressure. There we go, like that. Now obviously as it's drying, I'm going to smooth it down with a little bit of the filing. Then I'm going to take some masking tape and cover this hole. So that way when I spray paint this, the white, first I'm going to prime it first, and then I'm going to paint it with the with white. Then I'll remove it, and then that way this will show up. But then I wanted to do this so that way I don't have the lines showing up after it dries. So that's pretty much what I'm planning to do. Alright, so with all the white parts primed, and I'm sorry if I didn't show you guys me priming the white parts, I'm now going to move on to painting the white parts using Tamiya's X2 paint, white. The basic of white colors. Plus I wanted to get away from the normal metallic colors, obviously. So let's see how this looks like. So you guys know I use Mr. Servicer's primer 1200, which is gray, but you probably don't see that. I don't know if you can see that right there. That came out okay. I had to give it a nice mixture of 80% white and 20% thinner. I may have oversaturated the thinner a little bit too much because it's coming out with globs. I never seem to have much success with painting white. It's an odd color that you think you're doing it right, and the truth of the matter is you're messing it up. but I'm going to give this 2 passes, obviously. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'll give it another pass. Plus the fact that when you're painting white, you gotta be careful with the, you may be seeing a little bit of shade, and you think you're painting it multiple times and nothing's happening, but it's the shade of the light that's reflected, and then you say, oh crap, I think I did this wrong. This is actually part of the full riser wings. Let's move it over here so you guys can see more. And I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see more of this. The bicycle armor. I think it came out alright, but I have again, I have a distinct feeling I'm going to have to repass it again. Let's try another part. Let's try one of these guys. Saturating that a little bit too much. Let's try something a little bit bigger. For those of you who are new at airbrushing, obviously, and I still think I'm new at this, never try to assume that you can get it all done in one pass. And try not to oversaturate like what I just did before. If you can, you know, just pass it once, let it dry, and then revisit the parts again, and then make sure that it's the right tone of color that you like. You think that you don't go, you know, you can't go wrong with white, but you can't go wrong. Let's try the sword. Remember I told you guys that I covered this, the gun here, the gun ports here and here, so that way I can paint this. See, let's get this covered up. I think that came out alright. Yeah. So as you can see here, I have completed painting all my white parts white. Here's just a small sample. The rest are still on their trees. I'm waiting for it to dry up. And I would like to apologize. I should have shown more of this video, but have recently discovered that Tamiya white paints are a bitch to paint on parts. I've had problems in the past with a master grade, and even though it came out okay with my white base, my 1/1200 scale white base kit that I made, I never seemed to had some, you know, notable success with Tamiya white or Tamiya flat white or whatever. Thankfully, I'm gonna have to give out a shout out to Makano Man. He released a video on how to work with Tamiya white paints, pretty much acrylic paints, when you spray it on parts that have been sprayed using Mr. Surfacer's 1200. And at first I thought I was going to use my regular shit airbrush, but I got myself a new airbrush, this nice little Iwata Revolution CR that I got on eBay for a good price of $65. Something I had to figure out how to use. Not that very familiar with this. I have the Grex, which was basically a pistol one, and then I have the Aztec one, which is basically same thing with, you know, the rocker. And I kind of like the Aztec because you can adjust it here. This one is a little different, and I have to play with it a bit more to understand this. And obviously I'll search out YouTubers out there who's been using this. But I've had problems painting this, and I had to do not one, not two, but 3 coats. 3. Just so I can get it the perfect white. The perfect balance of white. And let's, as we almost end this video, I'm going to pull this out here. And there it is. Nicely done. So, that completes the whites. Next up, I'm now going to work on the blue.